Loans Bank granted her a single payment loan of $7,200 for 91 new merchandise for a candle shop. Determine the maturity value of the loan if the rate is 6% ordinary interest or 6% exact interest. So everyone has this written down. So, maturity value. When we use the word mature, we typically, I'll put it back up right now if you're writing it, hang tight. When we use the word mature, we usually talk about, hey, that guy's immature. That little boy is not he hasn't grown to maturity yet. Thank you, Maganya. So it's like, let me draw a little boy. He grows up to be a man. What has taken place is time. Time has caused maturity in a grown man. In the same way, again, device is off right now. Shouldn't be staring at the screen. I got the floor here. In the same way, when we talk about maturity with a loan, if someone takes a loan out for a certain amount of money, I'll put a cash sign right there. As time moves on, that person is going to have to pay more than what was borrowed. So as time moves on, the maturity of a loan is not only what that person borrowed, but the interest that the bank tacked onto that amount borrowed. That's what maturity means. So we typically, when someone's growing up, he's immature, he's mature. It also has to do with money that's grown from when you first borrowed the cash. When you pay it back, it's going to have some interest tacked onto it. So watch this. We wrote down 3 formulas. There was one formula for ordinary interest, right? So let me copy and paste this. Right, ordinary interest. Okay. So going to write, let's go and rewrite this formula. Ordinary interest versus exact. So we're going to put ordinary interest equals principal times rate times time. Principal times rate times time. And notice how time here is over 360 days. I'm going to explain that right now. Notice how that differs from exact interest, which is the second formula. Let me copy and paste this puppy. Exact interest. So we're going to write both down here. Some banks will lend you money on exact interest. Some banks will lend you money on ordinary interest. One is 360 days a year, and the other one's 365 day a year, and I messed up. Yeah, the exact would be 365. Let me get the right one, my bad. This is the one I want. Copy, paste that puppy. Here we go. So exact is based on 365. And this problem is asking us to find the exact and the ordinary. Notes? No, you just got to do them for your stamp. I do. So I'm going to write this down. All right, let's do it. It's pretty straightforward, you guys. Just punch them in. Let me move this down a little bit here. Actually, move it to the side here. So let's find ordinary interest. The principal, remember, that's the vocabulary word from yesterday. The principal is just the amount of money borrowed. In this case, it's $7,200. $7,200. Look at that. Times the rate is the interest rate that the bank charges you. Well, that's the percent. 6%, but as a pure decimal. Help. Right. So look at the 6. Just move the decimal to the left twice, and it's going to be 0.06. It's like warm-up. And then the time is, well, how many days out of the year, of a 360-day year, is this loan matures? How long is it maturing? Well, 91 days. So I'm going to put 91 on the numerator, 360 denominator. So we're going to have to try and remember how to multiply by fractions. It's pretty easy. First things first, though, let's just multiply the 7,200 times the 0.06. Let me get my calculator out. I'll do it for us. So 7,200 times 0.06 is easy stuff. 432. Now, 432 times 91 over 36, 360 rather. How do I multiply a whole number times a fraction? Well, remember from junior high school, just make the whole number into a fraction and put in 1 underneath it. Simple. So let's see, fraction times a fraction. If I remember correctly, that's numerator times numerator, and then denominator times denominator. So watch this. 432 times 91. 432 times 91. 39,312. That's the numerator. Now denominator times denominator is 360. Last step. I'll take that numerator divided by the denominator, and I got my cash. That would be the interest that the bank will tack on to the principal. In other words, it will be what the bank makes a profit on. How much will the bank make profit? Let's see. 39,312 divided by 360. It's $109.20. So the bank will make $109.20 for lending Anita the $7,200. Okay, that's ordinary interest. Let's find the exact interest out of a 365-day year. So everything's the same. It's just divided by 365. I'll put that one in red. There we go. So exact interest is everything's the same except I'm going to divide by 365. Look at principal's the same. The rate is the same. By the way, I'm putting the rate in parentheses because remember parentheses means multiplication. Times 91 over 365 now. Everything's the same. Watch. I'll just multiply all three of these at the same time. 7,200 times 0.06 times 91 because it's all over 1 anyway. Right? Watch. So 7,200. I'll do the math for us. 0.06 times 365. 157,680 divided by, how about denominator times denominator now? 365. Again, I'm just going to let the calculator do the work. 157,680 divided by 365. $432. Hold up. Something went wrong here. 7,200 times 0.06. Hold up. Actually, I messed it. It's 39,312 up here. 39,312. So 39,312 divided by 365. It's 107.70. 107.70. Okay. So what scenario does the bank make more money on? Ordinary or exact interest? Ordinary, yeah. So if you have ordinary interest, that's typically when the bank will get more money. Right, Vasquez? Stay with me. Okay, so now, here's what we're going to do. Let's now find, watch this, and we're done with this example. We've got to find the maturity value. We know what the interest is. In other words, we know what the bank will make. Now, how much will Anita have to pay at the end of the loan? That's the maturity value. And that's the third formula that we wrote down yesterday. That looks like this. Here we go. Last step, and we're done. So the maturity value. Here we go. Oh, I had it right there. Here we go. So we're going to write maturity value equals principal plus interest. This is easy. We already know what the principal is. We just calculated what the interest was in both scenarios, both ordinary and exact. All you got to do is add them up, and that's how much the bank will receive from Anita. So here we go. I'm going to put MV for maturity value. Right now, are you losing your R stamp? Because I got the floor, just saying. Earphones off. How much did Anita borrow? What was the principal again? Thank you. Basic, you guys. Come on. The interest, we're going to have two scenarios. We'll have one for ordinary, one for exact. Let's do the ordinary first. The ordinary interest was 109.20. I'll do ordinary first. 109.20. Turn it off, please. Thank you. So 7,200 plus 190 or 109. So that's going to be 7,309 and 20 cents. That's the maturity value. But that's for ordinary interest. Let's do one more maturity value for exact interest because assignment 36 has both scenarios. Him than you. I'll put exact. We'll find the maturity value for exact now in blue. Let's do it in blue here. Here we go. Maturity value. So this is ordinary. I put ORD for ordinary for this one. Put that on your notes. And this one's exact now. We're doing two separate calculations. Ordinary, exact. Maturity value is 7,200. Same formula. But the interest for exact was 107.70. Here we go. 7,307.70. So Anita will have to pay 7,307 for borrowing 7,200. That's how the bank makes money. She'll have to pay this for borrowing that.